You have Terry.
Wow.
What are we talking about today?
We're going to talk about CBD, and we're going to talk about. I want to talk about some of the stereotypes because Anna's actually having a challenge in her BNI group.
Really?
Because people are just making all sorts of jokes about weed and drugs and you know what I mean. And she's just yeah. And she wrote a letter or an email to the VP saying that I just don't think the maturity level is here in this group because. So I don't want to talk about like the stereotype of CBD. Well, first I just want to talk about the first thing we're going to talk about Green Compass and the background, and then we'll go from
Let's work
there.
on some mic skills too, real quick.
Huh?
What?
Mic skills.
Oh, here you go.
Just talk.
Yeah, you got it.
We got
I
it.
know we don't. It's kind of hard for us to see each other, but I can hear you just fine.
So when you say the background of Green Compass, what part of the background?
How it got started.
Okay.
The family.
Okay.
The products. They're all organic.
Yay.
You know
Okay.
that sort of thing.
Okay. Just repeat. Just wasn't sure which.
You
wanted
weren't
to go
sure?
with. I wasn't sure. Oh Lord, yes.
Oh gosh,
I got the Boston.
the accents.
You were busted with that one. All right, give me a second here. I actually have the computer back.
Yay.
Okay, yeah, that actually helps me a lot. Makes me sad and happy at the same time. I'm not sure what the heck happened to the computer. And that always makes me so sad. All right. Well, you know what? It's just been one of those weeks. Every time I turn around, my computer's not doing what it's supposed to be, and paths need
It
to be
has to be
recreated.
something with the moon going on because
You know, it
we're
might.
having issues all around.
Well, I have days sometimes when technology just butts me constantly. Like there's just days like lights go off when I walk in the room.
Ooh, that's ghosts. Are you sure you don't have gremlins or ghosts?
I think
That's what I'm
I
saying.
think I might have a
Uh-huh.
poltergeist or something. It could happen.
Maybe we need to bring in a priest or some ghost busting people.
I need some sage. Get some sage.
I can't do that. I have a whole bunch at my house. I got a bundle.
She doesn't need IT. She needs a priest.
Yeah, right. I need a priest. Okay.
Ready.
So, segment number 1 of the second hour. We're ready to do this, which is awesome. Tape is now rolling. We're on the internet, and
You're listening to Radio Cosmos.
All night long.
My copper was running right.
You're now listening to Bad Radio.
Welcome back to Bad Radio as we launch into our second hour. I'm going to run through all the regular info for those who have just joined us. I'm Angela Smarito, your host, and we've got our producer, Melissa Fox.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
I love it. Our co-host and videographer, Melissa Jacob.
Hello.
And her business is Striking Brand, and you can watch all of last year, well, I always want to say last year's previous episodes of Bad Radio on badradio.com. And you can guess that you can find on Striking Brand all of her other stuff because she's a videographer as well as a photographer. So I am so excited to have Terry Mandigo with Live Your Best Life in studio with us today. Thank you for being here, Terry.
Thank you for the invite.
And she's been here before, but just not this
Not
studio.
this studio.
No, this is a brand new studio, and I'm really liking the vibe here, guys.
So, Live Your Best Life is advocate for Green Compass Global. Now, Green Compass, and they have been a sponsor of the networking news since we've launched it. So, do you want to just touch base real quick on like what an advocate of that means, so that everybody understands,
So, Green Compass is a direct sales organization.
right?
So, by becoming an independent advocate, that means I have the ability to go out and sell Green Compass products.
Mm-hmm.
So I can incorporate my own business per se, which is Live Your Best Life business. That is my business. But as an advocate, I am advocating for and only selling Green Compass products.
Right. So we talked about this a little bit before, and so an advocate is, and just an all purposes a sales rep.
Correct. Correct. An advocate is just a fancy name for a salesperson.
I think it's a great name for a salesperson, but they come up with like account executive, account manager. There's all sorts of one, but I like advocate.
I do too. I think it sounds classy.
It kind of reminds me of like Mary Kay, like how people go around and selling Mary Kay. But
Does Mary Kay say advocate?
No. I
Okay.
was just meaning like they're selling it for this other company, but your case is a lot different. Like you have the background of being a nurse and things like that's the part that I'm like, this is
Yeah. So that's why I really like the term advocate
amazing.
because, yes, I am a medical professional. I am a nurse, a registered nurse, and we do advocate for the patients. You know, we're there, we're the eyes and ears of the patients. We let the doctor know what's going on, you know, either verbally or charting. So, you know, Green Compass is a CBD or a hemp company because we just don't do CBD anymore. We do a wide variety of the sources in the hemp. So it's all medical. So therefore, you are an advocate. So I'm just living, you know, what I'm
Her best life.
There we
I
go.
know. Well, what I think is so cool is that each one of the advocates has the ability to implement their own personality into their
Yes.
their business.
Yes. You know, we get instructions, and I shouldn't say instructions. I guess we get some education, but for the most part, we're able to run our own business the way we want to, utilizing our own individual personalities. You know, whatever our backgrounds are. You know, we have people from all walks of life that are advocates. School teachers, you know, they'll bring a whole different philosophical you know, term to it versus me as a registered nurse. We have, you know, pharmaceuticals. We have CEOs of big, I won't say the name, but of, you know, large international business companies per se. We have got sports people. We have a retired NFL person also.
Advocating.
Nice.
Yes, all advocating for the use of Green Compass products and basically the use of CBD and hemp products.
Well, tell us a little bit about Green Compass because the reason I trust Green Compass is because you sell it, but I'm sure there's other reasons why I should trust it.
Besides that, we just love Terry.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I know that I use the product.
Yes,
Right.
I was just going to say, and Angela has definitely used the product and seen what it can do. So Green Compass started years ago from our founders, Meredith Cook. When she delivered her firstborn son, she went into and had some issues after, you know, what we would label now as postpartum depression. And her brother, this is way before CBD became legalized, so way before 2018. Her brother brought her in some CBD, and she tried it, and it helped her dramatically. So fast forward to, you know, she has two sons now that are youngin', but they're having some issues, and she wanted to provide them some CBD because she knew it helped her. So she is very much a proponent and an advocate of holistic medicine, of organic. So she was researching, you know, the ingredients in a lot of the CBD out there. And at that time, she just found that they were all like, you know, couldn't be trusted. The majority of the hemp coming in was from China, which then didn't have any standards of how to process it.
Right.
So it just so happens her husband was best friends with some farmers, which were sixth generation sweet potato farmers. And they had been doing an experiment or working with the state of North Carolina on the North Carolina Hemp Project. So she went to her husband and basically, if you know the story, and I'm not Meredith, so I can't tell it really good, but basically demanded from Sterling, you get with you know, the brothers and you get me my CBD.
Oh, okay. Decision maker.
Yeah, oh, very much a decision maker. So fast forward, that's what happened. They did go ahead and they made, you know, the oils at that time. It was the tinctures, the oils. And so Meredith and Sterling were just passing it out to family members to help them with any ailments. And they kept having people coming to them saying, I want some more, I want some more, where can I get this? And of course, it really wasn't a company, it was just like a home, you know, let me make it for, you know, my mom, let me make it for my sons. So they decided to incorporate the Green Compass, and they decided to initially start going out and marketing pharmacies, physicians, you know, chiropractors,
Like holistic type of
holistic
things. Yeah.
type things.
Apothecaries, things like that, right?
Yes, exactly. You know, just small term, you know, just to try to get it out. And then, and I don't know who the individual was, but somebody big in the network, direct sales marketing, saw the potential and then, you know, spoke with the cooks about it, and that's how they incorporate it into a direct sales market, with the value that all products must be organic. So all the hemp is grown at their farms. They own the farms in North Carolina.
Mhm.
There is no pesticides or any chemicals. They actually, I mean, we've seen them. We've gone up there, seen them actually going out to the fields and hand picking bugs
Oh.
off the leaves.
Nice.
They take care, the soil is maintained so that, there is nothing untoward that can get into your body when you're ingesting the products. And I mean, we were one of the first CBD companies to be certified organic because of being the sweet potato farmers. The land and the soil was already certified organic.
Nice.
So, yep.
Wow. Like I said, there's so much that goes into it. And I mean, I know we have about a minute before we're coming up to break, but I really do want to talk about hemp versus marijuana versus CBD. You know what I mean? Because I think that there's so much confusion
Mhm.
and
Yes.
misunderstanding and misinformation. I can't believe I just used that term.
Misinformation.
But in regards to hemp products and the benefits and stereotypes.
I am there with you. I would think at this day and age, everybody would know the difference, but no, Angela, you are absolutely 100% correct. I still get looked at like, you sell weed and you're a nurse? Like,
Yeah.
no,
Shruggy.
no,
Right.
no.
No, it's a generational thing. It's boomers versus Gen X versus the millennials. Like the younger generation is so much more open-minded
Exactly.
to saying, okay, I know what this is, but like
Right.
my mom and dad, they're like, that's just,
Yeah.
that's the gateway into, real drugs,
Heroin,
marijuana, the real drug.
Yeah, really. I mean, and that's old school thought process. Marijuana will then become cocaine, which then will become crack, which then will become heroin, and nowadays it will lead you straight to fentanyl. So, that's just old school thought belief.
It is, but unfortunately, it's ingrained in a lot, especially like I said, especially the boomers and even a good portion of the Gen Xers
Correct.
in our brains because that's what we got. We're like just
Taught.
the whole
Yeah.
time, but just drilled in growing
Yeah.
up. So, but we have so much to talk with Terry about. So don't go away. When you get back, we're going to talk more about hemp products and Green Compass. So stay tuned.
That's right. You're listening to Bad Radio. Check out BAADradio.com. And as Angela said, we'll be right back. You're listening to News Radio, WFLA Orlando.
I need to take a short break.
Yeah. Okay. Good to go.
Too bad you didn't have remotes to turn those on and off.
that would be so nice.
Uh-huh.
Or a person, just a camera person to come to the party.
Oh, I still think a remote would be the
Yeah.
best. We need to develop that.
So I think I forgot to tell you the thing that's a little bit different is that we have 10-minute segments. So we have 4 10-minute segments.
Oh.
Yeah, and so Melissa, like 30 seconds for the next 2 segments, 30 seconds before we go to break, she'll start playing music to give us, and then on the last one, she'll start about 60 seconds,
Okay.
and that's when you can give all of your contact information and all that good stuff. So I forget that you haven't been in here because like with the other show, we had
Yes,
3
3
segments.
yes.
Yeah, I still can't believe I tried to cram 2 guests in
In an hour.
an hour. So it's like just by the time you get going, it's like okay, it's time to go.
I mean, but it was creative. We did it. We worked it.
I know we did. It was fun. I like this so much better.
It's more relaxed. I will tell you that. And it's more, I don't know, for me, more roomy. You don't feel like you're, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I meant look at all this stuff
I know.
too.
I know. I know.
How official can you get?
I love it.
And things are working. Like, I got a call from Mike Hammond's show, aired on Sunday, and he texted me on Monday morning, and he's like, just got a call for a wind mitigation. He said, heard me on the radio. Derek Brantley with, he does like imbalanced body work. He got 3 direct calls from his appearance on the show, but then they led to referrals, because of that. So he just keeps like sending me the names, and I'm like, put them in BNI Connect.
There you go.
Yeah. So it's happening, lady. It's happening.
And you've got more, what's the correct term? Range?
The signal of the
The-
station
yes,
is
the
the
more
way,
people,
yeah.
more people can, yes.
I've had people reach out to me saying, "Hey, I just caught the last end of that show with John Kennedy. I want to hear it again. How do I find it?" And so
Oh, cool.
yeah, and that's not people that I know. It's people that are generally listening to the show and asking and following, and it's just like this stuff like that, and I'm just like, yes,
Yes.
it's working.
I like these like little shrug things, but this one is like too big for me now.
This was my JVC one, and so I'd had this, and I just ironed it over the top
I was like wondering how you did that.
because it had the other two.
The other,
stations.
yes.
And that's why it's so big, because normally it wouldn't be that big, but I had to get it to cover up the.
That is too cute.
I really like the way this fits, and it's cozy.
Yes.
Cozy.
But I think on this one, I'm gonna have to go down a size now.
That's a great color for you, though.
I do. I love this color.
Stand by. Here we go.
Welcome back to Bad Radio, brought to you by Premier Couple Superstore, because a couple that plays together stays together.
Welcome back to the show, and this portion of Bad Radio is brought to you by Forge IT Consulting, providing a fully outsourced IT department with a personal touch for small business. No company is too small. ForgeITConsulting.com. And we were just talking about John on break, about how like after his show aired, I got a message from a listener that was like, "Hey, that was great information, but I need it again. So how do I find the show?"
Oh, nice.
And so because he was taking notes on it, and I'm like, that's just something that makes me happy is the show grows, the people are listening, and then they're interacting with me.
yeah.
So I don't know if you heard me say that Mike Heyman
Mhm.
got a call for wind mitigation on Monday morning after his
nice.
show aired, and
That's great.
They said, "I heard it on the radio."
Oh, that's awesome.
So, all right, so we're here with Terry Mandigo with Live Your Best Life, which is an advocate for Green Compass Global. And we've talked about Green Compass a lot because she's a show sponsor and she's been on the show before. And so I talked about, some of the stuff I want to talk about, like I said, we can sit on the show and talk about everything that's like, peachy keen, but sometimes I just really want to talk about like the stuff that I hear and the stuff that I think that we need to overcome in regards to stereotypes. And we did touch base on the weed thing a little bit. So why do people think that CBD is marijuana?
Because it's very similar in the way it looks. And remember, prior to December of 2018, CBD was lumped in with marijuana as an illegal drug.
But why is that?
So, because people don't know the difference. So, here's the education lesson.
That's right. Educate us,
So
girlfriend.
we have the cannabis. So the cannabis is global.
Is cannabis the same thing as hemp?
Yes and no.
Okay,
yes
jumping
and no.
ahead.
Hold on. So
Hold
there's,
on.
Say there's the cannabis is say the top, and then underneath you have different types of plants. Two of them being say marijuana. One plant is plant, and then the hemp plant.
Okay.
So the difference between the two of those is the marijuana plant. When you break it down into products, you're going to get a higher volume of THC.
And that's what gets you high.
Exactly, versus CBD. And it's opposite on the hemp plant, which is a higher in the CBD and other cannabinoids versus the THC. Sorry, the THC.
But the marijuana plant is not, it's part of the top one, but the cannabis, but it's not part of the
Not
hemp.
part of the hemp. They're two
See, I did
distinct
not know
separate
that.
plants. So I call them their cousins. You have your family, like in my family, I have the Saltamaracchia family, but yet, I'm sorry, but yet I may have this branch, the Scaliones, the Serafinos. And
Oh my
so
goodness, Italian.
I know,
it's like,
yes.
wow, Italian.
I feel like I'm watching Godfather or something. That's fun.
Oh, we can have lots of stories.
Fun.
But so you would say, we're all cousins, but yet we're all of the same family.
And so 'cause I remember hearing once a long time ago that this is rope made out of hemp. And my mind really said, that's made out of marijuana? So can you smoke it? like a rope.
No, so it's not made out of marijuana. It's made out of hemp. So prior, and I don't remember the date exactly, so forgive me, but in the 1800s, hemp was prevalent. I mean, farmers were mandated they needed to grow hemp because you could use hemp for paper, hemp for rope, hemp for clothes, hemp for sails. So back in the day, we didn't have motorized boats, so you had to sail. So all the sails and all the roping were from the hemp that they would manufacture.
And it was really strong, right?
Yes.
And for the weight, like it was light and very strong,
Yes,
right?
it was very light. Like, I don't know if you have seen my green compass shirts that I made. They're very, very super light. I mean,
Are those made with hemp?
yes.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay, so that's why. So because they have they're from a family, but they just branch off.
Correct.
So one is one and one is the other.
And again, there's so, what did you say earlier? Misinformation?
Yeah,
Misinformation about the whole product itself because hemp does get lumped in with marijuana, and it shouldn't. It's two distinct products.
but that was because of the way, like the CDC or whatever it is,
Way
decided-
back, yes,
yeah,
decided that it was toxic, so to speak, and it was not good for your body, so they lumped it all together with those illegal drugs.
right. And when did it start to? When did people start to realize that hey, this is not the same as this?
So it really took shape in December of 2018 when the 2018 Farm Bill was passed. That brought CBD back out into the global market, into the eyes of the individuals and throughout the world.
That's not that long ago at all.
No,
It's not
not
5 years.
that old. It'll be 5 years. Yes. So
Wow,
and
I didn't realize it was that. I thought it was longer than that.
no. There's always been some misinformation, miscommunication about the two, and everybody, and even me. I mean, when I was first approached by my cousin, whose husband's neurologist in Boston told him, go get some CBD, and they called me, I'm like, why does your doctor want CBD? Why does he want you to get high? There's so much misinformation out there because think about it, it was illegal. So we couldn't do research in the United States. We couldn't get education out to people, especially the medical community, because it was illegal.
We stayed at a bed and breakfast in Atlanta over the summer for Aiden's baseball tournament, and they had a list of rules on the kitchen counter, and it was like absolutely no marijuana or CBD use on and I was just like, all right, well, I got my gummies, and you ain't taking them, so
They're older.
And that would probably be mainly the smoking because they don't want the smoke to go into the furniture and stuff.
totally understand. But I mean, it was left up there with
I
like
know,
excessive
partying.
partying and things. All right, so that's the main difference is that they're cousins. They're not the same thing.
Correct. They are definitely not the same things. In the same family, but two distinct siblings, so to speak.
Right.
So but what you're saying too is CBD does not get you high.
Correct.
What does it do?
So CBD actually puts your body back into, and I'm going to use a big term here, homeostasis.
I like that word. It makes me think of plants, though.
Homeostasis.
I don't know. I
have to think about that.
Photosynthesis, maybe.
That could be
Closer.
There you go. Yeah, but it puts your body back into the way it should be.
Right.
So think about, and it works. Let me just go back for a minute. It works on your endocannabinoid system, which in your body is just like your cardio system, your cardiovascular system, your circulatory system. We discovered back in the 1990s we had this other system called the endocannabinoid system.
Is it just like a thing of nerves throughout your whole body, or is it?
I wouldn't
Is it
say
all in your brain, or is it all
no,
over?
it's all over.
Okay.
So it's not nerves. We call them, the proper term is receptors. You have
Okay.
receptors all over. So think of your body, your endocannabinoid system as a Christmas tree with a whole bunch of lights on it.
Love
Okay.
it.
So all the lights are on. The tree looks great. You're happy because you're getting the endorphins because your tree looks marvelous and it's so pretty. What happens when a light goes out? That light annoys the heck out of you. Doesn't really, do much to you, but it just annoys you. Then 2 lights go out, then 3, then 10, then 20. The more lights go out, the more the tree doesn't look
You got
happy.
a peanuts looking tree.
There you go. Okay, so that's what happens with your body when your receptors start shutting down.
Right.
So your own endocannabinoids need some help. So that's why we supplement in with our phytocannabinoids, with your CBD and other cannabinoids into your system to turn those lights back on. So it puts you back into that happy, lovely, perfect tree.
Oh,
Nice.
that's
I like that analogy.
cute. A nice holiday
I know.
analogy.
Whenever like I'm not feeling right, I'm gonna be like, man, I got a couple lights out. I got I need to do something with that.
Now, let me just tell you, we do say that. It's like, for the last couple of weeks, I've been in a funk, and it's like, maybe there's some lights out in my system. And I didn't even realize I was saying it. It was like, oh my word, there's the analogy coming. So, yeah, I just took an extra jelly for a couple of days in a row, and I started feeling better.
Right. So we're going, but I want to talk about as far as like how much you take and when to take it, and is it? I have all sorts of questions about that. So we're gonna listen to Rubber Band Man. You hearing this, Tommy? This is his favorite song. All right, we're gonna be back with more Bad Radio after this.
Every Sunday from 11 until 1, right here on WFLA Orlando. Follow us on the iHeart Radio app. You can hear it worldwide.
That is one of Tom's favorite songs ever. Rubber Band Man.
I love it. Plus, that's a long intro, too. It's great.
Was that in one of the Guardians of the Galaxy?
Probably so.
It was.
Was it?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, no.
This is such a good topic. That was Forge IT Consulting.
Second to last segment. Okay.
Join me. Got it. Okay.
All right, let me know when the list is ready. And do our thing. Yay.
Ready.
We're all set, sister.
Welcome back to Bad Radio, brought to you by Premier Couple Superstore, because a couple that plays together stays together.
Welcome back, and this portion of the show is brought to you by Liberty Property Inspections. Your home is one of your most important investments, so don't trust it to just anyone. LibertyPropertyInspections.net, helping you protect your investment. And so we are back with Terry Mandico with Live Your Best Life, which is an advocate for Green Compass Global. And before break, we were talking about, I said I wanted to talk about dosages and how it works. And but first, let's just kind of go through the products that are the primary key products for Green Compass.
So Green Compass has products for everybody. And by everybody, I mean, if you're a mammal, you can use.
This is
for
for
babies.
mammals.
Yes, you can use or to eat any mammal. So yes, we've had people use CBD with horses. Somebody asked about chickens. I don't know about that. But any mammal can take CBD. So we have, we have the range from adults to children to your pets, to your furries, we call them. And the majority of our, main sellers are our tinctures.
I just have such a hard time saying that word,
Tincture,
which is
say
the oils.
Yes, just say oil. Oils, our jellies, and our topical pain cream, which is amazing. So those are our main products, and the oils and the jellies both come in what we call full spectrum, which has the tiny amount of THC, 0.3 milligrams, which is legally allowed, and it still doesn't get you high, you all. Even though it has THC, it won't get you high. So you can tell your mom that. And the broad spectrum, which is everything else, the goodness in the flower, the hemp flower, without the THC. So they extract that during the extraction.
So the teachers is an oil that I think you put underneath your tongue,
Under
right?
your tongue, or in cases of babies, because babies can take it, or if you have somebody on the spectrum, maybe that can't really do the consistent, you can put it in the belly button. Because with the oils, you put it under the tongue and or the belly button, because that's where your major, I would say, blood vessels are, so it can absorb it quickly. So think about your belly button. That's, where your life source was when you were a baby. It still has the attachments inside.
I never heard that before. That's funny. I like for I have like estrogen cream that I put here, and it's like on your inside of your arms or like on the inside of your legs. They say to do it, and it works really good because it's changed everything. But I never thought about the belly button before.
Yeah, so the oils,
I just have the tongue.
we recommend if they cannot take the oils under the tongue, yeah, you can put them in the belly button.
I can't remember too. Does it come in different flavors?
Yes, they do come. The oils do come. Oh, well, and the jellies do come in different flavors.
Oh,
So
they
yes,
do?
yes.
I just know the one with the cane sugar. It's like
Yes.
getting a piece of candy.
So the jellies come in limoncello, um, elderberry, and then our newest one is the raspberry one. That's one of our new full spectrums. And then the oils come in just the regular, natural.
And I don't. I'm not a big fan.
No. The spearmint, the cinnamon,
Cinnamon's good.
the vanilla orange, and then we will have seasonal ones. Like right now, I stocked up last year when we had our pumpkin spice out. So I'm taking my pumpkin spice oil.
Nice. Okay, and so that's the teachers. Now, so the nano jellies.
The nano jellies, that's what I'm saying. They come in the limoncello. I did those first. Yeah, the limoncello, the elderberry, and the raspberry one.
Do the nano jellies do the same as the teachers? There's just the way you disperse them is different?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So the nano jellies, again, if you have somebody that doesn't want to wait the 60 seconds under the tongue and then wait for 10 minutes to eat a drink afterwards, the nano jellies are great on the go because you can just chew them, absorb them, and you eat, drink, whatever.
And how do you recommend people take them? I mean, do you take them on a regular basis? Like I wake up and I take my CBD, like how people will take their vitamins.
Yes. So I do. I started taking the CBD tinctures or the oils for my migraines, and I take that religiously. In the morning and at night.
And they cured your
They
headache.
didn't cure my headache.
I know, but they helped you a lot, right?
Yes. Since I've been taking it, I have not had a migraine. So yes.
And you had like the ones that took you down, right?
Yes, I was having 2 to 3 migraines a week and having to have the Imitrex with them, which would put me in bed. So I'm
Oh, bless
losing
your
a lot.
heart.
Yep.
I get one once a quarter, once 6 months, and it's the worst.
Migraine headache?
Just one. And I don't. I mean, I don't get them a lot. Have you ever had
I've
one?
never, I don't think I have migraines, but I'll have like regular headaches that are probably like dehydration and stuff like that.
No, I have the ones where turn off the lights,
Mhm.
just take me to the hospital,
Yeah.
knock me out, do
Right.
something.
Yeah, if you've had one, you would know.
Right. Yeah. So no.
Yeah. Yes. So religiously, I take them now. Can I stop taking them for a bit? I probably could, but I don't want to.
Well, you're not. Yeah, you don't have to, right? I mean, it's not hurting you to take them.
No. So that's the other thing with CBD. It's all natural, and our products are all organic, natural. So it doesn't hurt you to take it. So you can continue to take them on daily. We have others that, like especially with the jellies, that will take it for stress induced because our broad spectrum jellies work really quick. I will tell you that.
Like how quick?
Like if I'm driving on I-4 and I'm in a panic, I will grab a jelly and chew it, and probably within 5 to 10 minutes, I'm relaxed.
Oh,
so I can make it.
nice.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Nice.
That quick.
So while the guy in front of you is still driving you crazy.
Actually, we have the jellies at the house, and I find them to be extremely helpful, especially like I said, and again, it comes so naturally. It's not like it's not the same sensation of like taking a Xanax or taking some sort of prescription drug. It's more natural feeling. It's
Correct.
more gradual.
Correct.
That's
So,
the right
so
word.
with the CBD, you should not feel. You should notice the absence of feeling. That's what we say. So, like, I'm stressed out. I take the jelly. I'm not stressed out anymore.
Yeah.
So it's the absence of the feeling. Somebody utilizing the tinctures for pain, like the knee pain. I had an individual that was unable to walk from her door to her mail to get her mailbox to get her mail.
Right.
So she started taking the tinctures, and all of a sudden she realized, oh my word, I'm able to walk to my mailbox and get my mail. I don't have to have my son go get the mail anymore.
But again,
Again,
it happened kind of gradually
It's
too.
gradually,
Yeah.
and it's no. I mean, she did not know. I mean, it was the absence of not having that pain and being able to do it.
speaking about like the heavier drugs, it helps people because it's not, is it habit forming?
Addictive? No, it is not habit forming and it's not addicting.
That's a beautiful thing because that's the biggest problem with a lot of those things they prescribe for
Mhm.
stress and pain management is that they are addicting, and then you get people all hooked up on or they'll have side effects or anything like that. Does CBD have any side effects?
CBD right now has no side effects.
I've had times where it made me a little drowsy, where I was just like,
I was going to say, so it will, I mean, it can make you drowsy,
Mhm.
especially that's why we say, take it for bedtime if you're not
Uh-huh.
used to it. But once your body gets used to it, that should go away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Okay.
sure. So, but I mean, when when I've been like really stressed out and I needed it, like I didn't get drowsy. It just it got me to a point where I was feeling more the level. But if you take it, like I said, for pain management or something like that, then yeah, it has made me or drowsy before, but not drugs.
Right,
So
right.
that's the big thing I want to stress is that it's not a drugged feeling at all.
No.
I know that like lots of times when we do the samples, because like Melissa and I, when we would go to events, we would always promote a lot of the products, and a lot of people we still got the, oh, I can't. I'm like, I'm in recovery or like one of those things, and I'm like, okay, I
So
understand
this
and I
can
respect that.
support their recovery. And I don't have it right in front of me, but there are studies going on right now, and a lot higher doses than we would ever take, and under obviously medical, advice, with CBD trying to detox off of opioid narcotics.
Okay, that's wonderful.
And those are studies, so I mean, they're still ongoing. We probably won't know the results of that for several years. But so if you do have somebody that says, I can't do that, say it's an adjunct. It can help you.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's really good to know. So we're going to break, and then when we get back, I want to talk about the opportunities that there are with Green Compass. And so everybody stay tuned, and we will be back with more Bad Radio.
Your mic, I would turn it more
way?
towards you.
Yeah, because I can't get your face.
Yep.
I got mine.
There we
Okay.
go. Is that
Is that better?
Melissa? Perfect.
Actually, that is. I didn't realize that I couldn't hear you very good.
And then your headphones look good now, but when they were sliding back and then you were pushing them back up, your hair was I was like, I don't want to interrupt her.
Oh, no.
I don't want to interrupt her.
So do I need to fix it?
No, no, it's good now. It's good now. It's good now. It wasn't super bad. I just was like, I need to remember to say something.
Jeez. Y'all know I don't do headphones well.
Oh, they're good. Perfect. Last segment already.
Crazy.
That
I'm actually
goes by
staying.
quick, guys.
I'm going to stay and do Boots business with.
Oh, nice. With
today.
Daniel.
Yeah.
What's that?
That guy that was at BNI today, he's launching a show called Boots to Business.
That's right.
He's
Okay.
doing for the people that are like converting from military to.
Is he getting that videoed?
Hmm?
Is he getting that videoed?
Not. I mean, just
Does he want it?
Yeah, he will eventually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does he know? Does he have a time slot? I mean, I'm assuming.
Yes.
He records today after this show.
5
But-
o'clock Sunday.
5 o'clock
I
Sundays.
was gonna say, I know it was Sunday, but I don't remember when.
Why?
It's on weekend.
What his show? It's the same as.
But
this.
he's recording after this.
Oh no, he records though.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. No, he
Yeah, we
records.
try not to do anything live other than Saturday morning.
Gotcha. Well, if he needs a videographer, I need to catch up with our stuff first. But I want to do it.
Okay. All right, let's pull this last segment together, shall we? Okay.
Okay.
Welcome back to Bad Radio, brought to you by Premier Couple Superstore, because a couple that plays together stays together.
And want to give a huge thank you to our sponsor, Bolts Legal. Fear no storm with boltslegal.com. 33 tanning spa with locations in Altamont Springs and Longwood. Andrews Law PA, auto accident attorney. You can contact Andrews Law PA today at andrewslawpa.com. Crazy Muscle Nutrition with a new address of 1015 Unit 129 and State Road 436 in Castleberry. Okay, so we've already talked for 30 minutes so far with Terry from Live Your Best Life, and it feels like she just got here. So she's with Green. It's Live Your Best Life, which is an advocate for Green Compass Global. And earlier in the show, we talked about it basically being a sales position. And so, how does that work? How does somebody get involved, and what kind of background do they need? I mean, I know it's a great opportunity to earn a living, but how does somebody get started?
So to get started, you just have to reach out to an advocate now, and you can what we call join the company. There's several different options to join. The lowest is to just join the business kit, and you get a couple of samples that you can try or you can give to friends and family, and then you get the business documentation, and you get the back office, which the company keeps all of our sales for us. Our customer's address. We have our own database in there, so we don't have to keep a separate one. Or there are other kits that come with products that you can either keep and use yourself to try, or you can sell them. So that would be the easiest way.
So, how much does it cost just to get started?
So the entry level business kit, I believe, is $49, and then there's several other options all the way up to the full kit, the product kit, where you get almost like $1,200 worth of products for $500.
How long does it take before you can start earning commission?
So the commissions, you can earn commissions from day one.
That's
you can-
amazing.
Yes. I mean, think about it. If you bought a kit that had product and you went and sold it to your neighbor, and I'm just making this up, so that sale, you're going to sell it for what the retail is, I'm assuming. I do.
Yeah.
So you've already made a profit right then and there.
Right. But when you sign up, you have access to the website.
Yes.
So how does that
So
work?
when you sign up, part of the back office is that you get your own website that individuals can go in, log into that website, and look at all the products there, and then they can purchase online. So you don't have to keep any stock whatsoever. So if they purchase online, there's two different ways that an advocate will get paid. If they purchase the retail, then the commission on that gets paid weekly. If they purchase what we call a preferred purchase, which means it's routinely scheduled month after month,
Right. I got you.
then those all go together and you get paid monthly on that. If you like it and somebody else wants to do what you're doing and you get another advocate to join the business and to sell, then you also earn what we call a bonus on the two bigger kits.
Right.
And those are paid on a weekly as
So
well.
let's just back up. So you can earn commission from day one, and I already know the commission is 20%. Which
Well, it starts at 20%. It can go up.
Yeah, but it starts at 20%. And in sales world, that's a great commission to start out. I mean, even at my previous company, we weren't even at 20%, and that was one of the highest commissions paid in radio sales. And this building, I can guarantee you, they don't pay you 20% of the commission. So immediately you can start selling and earning commission, and you don't have to hold inventory.
Correct.
So that is a win and a win. So forget about building a sales team initially. You don't even have to do
You
that
don't.
in order to start making money.
Nice.
And the products, I mean, I'll say it out loud, the products aren't cheap, but they're quality
No.
products.
The products definitely are not cheap. I mean, there's a lot of less expensive products out there, but again, remember, you get what you paid for. The industry is still the wild, wild west, y'all. We still do not have FDA regulations. So even though Green Compass, and there are a couple of other organizations out there that have their ethics and moralities in line,
Yeah.
we do everything the right way. There are some companies out there that are going to take shortcuts. So you may pay, $20, $30 less for a bottle of oil, but you really know what you're getting.
Well, you can buy it from a smoke shop.
Exactly. I won't.
I won't be buying any CBD from a smoke shop. I can tell you that. But so you can start earning commission. And so the reason I bring that up is because Green Compass is a multi-level marketing company. And we talked a little bit, Terry and I started to talk about the stigma of what that is. You know what that is, right?
Right. So you get like a commission based on the other people that you bring in that work on under you or like
Yes.
something like
You're,
that.
you basically are growing a team.
Right.
But back in the 80s and 90s, there was some companies that that launched, and they called them pyramids.
Mhm.
And it was under that kind of thing where it's like you're on top and then you build the people underneath you. But the
Mhm.
problem with those is that they're very predatorial and that they position themselves as something that they were not. They also required you to invest heavily to get that position, whether it was in buying a truckload of inventory
Mhm.
or spending a big chunk of money to be part of the team. There was a lot of like I remember graduating from college in 1995. I just aged myself and I don't care. But I got targeted by pyramid type companies, and they would position themselves as this is a job interview. And then we would, I would show up and it would be some sort of like a display where they're selling products, and they would actually put stage people in there that would show all this excitement and act like they were signing up. It was just all it was
Oh,
all
wow.
theater.
They were really selling it.
Wow, wow,
Yeah,
wow.
and it would be products from cleaning kitchen products to, like vacuum cleaners. It was just this whole array of stuff. And it was very predatorial because again, they would prey on people that were just getting into the work
Mhm.
and it a lot of it and it gave it kind of a bad name. And to this day, some people still hold those prejudices and they need to understand that that is not the case.
Mhm.
And lots of times they would say, these would be like, you need to sell to your mother, your father, your sister,
Correct.
your brother. And then all of a sudden, these people would start destroying their relationships with their family
Right.
because it was like almost cult like.
Right,
Yes.
right, right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like
I mean, that's why
brainwashed.
I don't have any experience other than Green Compass
Yeah.
with the MLM, and you and I have talked about that. So I've been one of the fortunate ones. But from what I understand, yes, it was really, really bad. And there's still a couple of companies, from what I understand, out there that do have their people make a list of your top 100 and, call them and tell them they have to buy.
Mhm.
That's not the new, shall I say, the new MLM of today.
Mhm.
Everything, and our company gives us training, a lot of training. And everything out there is telling us not to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
They're telling you to go out there, well, Green Compass specifically, they want to get the product in as much people's hands as possible, just because we, coming from the cooks all the way down to us, we believe 100% in that product. And Meredith has gone on record, I can't tell you how many times, and said, even if there wasn't a dollar value from this, even if I wasn't making money from this, if I could have an airplane, I would just, let the product drop and let people take it.
Mhm.
And that's how much we believe.
Here's the thing too, is that the commissions that they're paying them is what's equivalent to what regular businesses are paying on advertising. So there's instead of paying for the big billboards and the ads, they're paying commission to the people. So that's the difference. And it can be incredibly advantageous for somebody that is at home with the kids or whatever. So all right, so now's your chance to tell everybody your contact information. So let everybody know how to get in touch with you.
Okay, if you want to learn more about CBD and or Green Compass, you can email me directly at Terry, Terri, at liveyourbestlifern.com, or you can text me or call me at 407-616-3145.
It's funny, you forget your own phone number.
I do. I have to think about it. Okay, what is it?
All the time. And you can find me at strikingbrand.com or email Melissa at strikingbrand.com.
And I'm Angela at baadradio.com and on Facebook, Business at a Distance, Central Florida Networking. Huge thank you to our sponsors and thank you for tuning in. Have a wonderful week, everyone.
We'll do it again next Sunday at 11 o'clock. It'll be fun. Thanks for tuning in today to News Radio WFLA and Bad Radio.
That was fun. I can't wait to hear that. I can't wait to hear that.